1 Samuel 17. The story of David and Goliath. KJV 1. Now the Philistines gathered together their armies to battle, and were gathered together at Shochoh, which belongeth to Judah, and pitched between Shochoh and Azekah, in Ephes-dammim. 2. And Saul and the men of Israel were gathered together, and pitched by the valley of Elah, and set the battle in array against the Philistines. 3. And the Philistines stood on a mountain on the one side, and Israel stood on a mountain on the other side. And there was a valley between them. 4. And there went out a champion out of the camp of the Philistines, named Goliath, of Gath, whose height was 6 cubits and a span. 5. And he had an helmet of brass upon his head, and he was armed with a coat of mail, and the weight of the coat was 5,000 shekels of brass. 6. And he had greaves of brass upon his legs, and a target of brass between his shoulders. 7. And the staff of his spear was like a weaver's beam, and his spear's head weighed 600 shekels of iron. And one bearing a shield went before him. 8. And he stood and cried unto the armies of Israel, and said unto them, Why are ye come out to set your battle in array? Am not I a Philistine? And ye servants to Saul, choose you a man for you, and let him come down to me. 9. If he be able to fight with me, and to kill me, then will we be your servants. But if I prevail against him, and kill him, then shall ye be our servants, and serve us. 10. And the Philistine said, I defy the armies of Israel this day. Give me a man, that we may fight together. 11. When Saul and all Israel heard those words of the Philistine, they were dismayed, and greatly afraid. David arrives. 12. Now David was the son of that Ephrathite of Bethlehem, Judah, whose name was Jesse, and he had 8 sons. And the man went among men, for an old man in the days of Saul. 13. And the 3 eldest sons of Jesse went, and followed Saul to the battle. And the names of his 3 sons that went to the battle were Eliab the firstborn, and next unto him Abinadab, and the third Shammah. 14. And David was the youngest, and the 3 eldest followed Saul. 15. But David went and returned from Saul to feed his father's sheep at Bethlehem. 16. And the Philistine drew near morning and evening, and presented himself 40 days. 17. And Jesse said unto David his son, Take now for thy brethren an ephah of this parched corn, and these 10 loaves, and run to the camp to thy brethren. 18. And carry these 10 cheeses unto the captain of their 1,000, and look how thy brethren fare, and take their pledge. 19. Now Saul, and they, and all the men of Israel, were in the valley of Elah, fighting with the Philistines. 20. And David rose up early in the morning, and left the sheep with a keeper, and took and went. 21. For Israel and the Philistines had put the battle in array, army against army. 22. And David left his carriage in the hand of the keeper of the carriage, and ran into the army, and came and saluted his brethren. 23. And as he talked with them, behold, there came up the champion, Goliath by name, out of the armies of the Philistines, and spake according to the same words. And David heard them. 24. And all the men of Israel fled from him, and were sore afraid. David volunteers to 6. And David spake to the men that stood by him, saying, What shall be done to the man that killeth this Philistine? 28. And Eliab his eldest brother said, Why camest thou down hither? I know thy pride. 29. And David said, What have I now done? Is there not a cause? 31. And when the words were heard, they rehearsed them before Saul, and he sent for him. 32. And David said to Saul, Let no man's heart fail because of him. Thy servant will go and fight with this Philistine. 33. And Saul said to David, Thou art not able to go against this Philistine, for thou art but a youth. 34 to 36. David tells how he slew a lion and a bear. 37. David said moreover, The Lord that delivered me will deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine. And Saul said unto David, Go, and the Lord be with thee. David confronts Goliath. 40. And he took his staff in his hand, and chose him 5 smooth stones out of the brook, and drew near to the Philistine. 41. And the Philistine came on, and drew near unto David. 42 And when the Philistine looked about, and saw David, he disdained him. 43 And the Philistine said unto David, Am I a dog, that thou comest to me with staves? 44 I will give thy flesh unto the fowls of the air. 45 Then said David to the Philistine, Thou comest to me with a sword, and with a spear, and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts. 46 to 47 This day will the Lord deliver thee into mine hand. The battle is the Lord's. The battle. 48 And it came to pass, when the Philistine arose, that David hasted, and ran toward the army to meet the Philistine. 49 And David put his hand in his bag, and took thence a stone, and slang it, and smote the Philistine in his forehead, and he fell upon his face to the earth. 50 So David prevailed over the Philistine with a sling, and with a stone. 51 He took his sword, and slew him, and cut off his head therewith. And when the Philistines saw their champion was dead, they fled.